I needed inspiration for my next nail project. So I turned to Pinterest and I saw these nails and I thought, I can achieve this because I've tried something similar to that. I feel like it's beginner friendly that I can possibly, you know, try it out and see what happens. Okay. So today we're going to be trying the inspo nail that I showed you in the beginning. And of course, you already saw the finished look, but we're going to go through how I achieved it without using chrome. Okay. So first, I am pushing back the cuticles on my nails. I haven't done this in a long time, so I definitely need to do this. I also know that every time I use the Jello and I peel it off, I get residue of the peel off base gel on my nail. So what I've been doing is adding some of the one kill remover on the nail and pushing back the cuticles before I go in with the cuticle remover. You know what I mean? Just to prevent my gel from building up on my nail before I go in with another gel on top of that. Now, click the like comment if this makes any sense. I like wiping my nails with alcohol before I do my sizing. I pick these tips up from the Saracen, or you can say Saracen. Use code OHIMA at checkout so you can get 10% off your shipping or maybe off your order. I can't remember how they go, but discount code OHIMA at checkout, okay? What I learned was if you are going to size your tips, make sure it covers wall to wall. But these tips that I got from Korea are a lot wider at the base. So I had to do a little bit of filing to get them to fit my nails perfectly. I have been loving and using the Tip X prep from Apres. It actually helps me prep the insides of the tip without having to file it because I think filing would take a lot longer, but you can file if that's your jam. Wiping my nails off with alcohol definitely helps dehydrate it, but the Apres kit comes with a dehydrator, so I like using it before I go in with my pH bonders, okay? The Apres tip kit also comes with a bonder and I like using it, but I absolutely have to go in with my YN protein bonder because it is the one that I was using when I was using Builder Gel to grow my nails, and the Builder Gel will stay on my nails until it was time to either remove it or apply a new one. So I will forever be using the YN Nails protein bonder, okay? From what I know, you doing this step helps something grab onto the gel. So it actually just adds a layer for your gel to grab onto, okay? So if you find that your tips are popping off, please try to get either the YN protein bonder or the YN bonder or a bonder from your favorite store and use it. This one works really well for me. It's very small, yes, but it's also very cheap. And it also works very well. Next, we're going with the Jello Peel Off Base Gel because this is how I'm able to remove my nails very easily without filing or drilling or anything. But like I said, you do get residue, so you definitely need the one kill to help remove the residue. I have two types of extend gel. I have the novice one and the gel kind. The novice is like structured gel kind of, and this one is obviously a gel type like this, right? This one spreads easier and I feel like it's easier for me to control, but if I'm not very careful, it always ends up spilling on the sides and I have to clean it up and all of that. I like both of them, but I'm still getting used to the novice gel. I feel like once I'm able to use a novice gel as well as possible or as well as I can, it will be very easy for me to work with. But after I apply each of the extend gel, I always flash cure it under the lamp that came with the kit. After all my fingers are applied, I put it in the big lamp for a full 60 seconds to make sure that everything cures fully and that it will stay in place for as long as I need it to stay in place, okay? I like filing the tips of my extensions, my nail extensions, obviously, because I don't like that pointy, scratchy parts of it. I've also learned that filing the surface definitely helps the gel polish stay on longer and it doesn't peel off, because I have tried it without filing the top of it, and after a week you can see the gel polish is chipping off of it. In my last video, I used a flame bit to try to get the back end of this tip to sit as flush to the skin as possible, and that was really not a good look. Like, I did not like it, so I've stopped using a flame bit around the cuticles and I just use a regular fine grit around the cuticle and also on the nail itself, and I really like the results I've been getting. Now let's jump into the polish. I'm using the Mayor MS 120, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm putting this all over my nail. It's a very light syrup Barbie doll pink type of shade that if you want it to be a bit more opaque, you're gonna have to add more layers. But this is just to give like a natural type of a pink to the nail. It is more on the white base side, especially for my skin tone, but I absolutely love Mayor nails. I apply this to every single finger and I cure for 60 seconds. Obviously, I need to do a second coat to get a little bit more pigment on the nail. So here we go with our second coat. This is MZ81. It comes in the Mayor Beads collection. I feel like majority of my magnetic polishes are from either Mayor or the Amazon brand that I can't pronounce. I really like the Mayor gel magnetics. They're very nice and the pigments move very, very well, okay? So I apply that to my nail and I gathered up the magnetic pieces as well as I can. I'm still trying to find a tutorial that will show me how to get like pinpointed, gorgeous magnet designs on my nails. But until then, we're going to just pretend like we know what we're doing because we really don't know what we're doing, okay? I wanted to do this gel gemstone business that I saw in the inspo videos, and I also wanted that ragged, jagged edges of the thing, so I tried my very best not to make the edges of these as straight as possible. Every time I use the magnet on the gel, I cure for 10 seconds to keep the magnet pieces in place, because if you try to wait to finish everything before you put it in the lamp, you're going to move the magnet pieces on the other fingers as well. So do one finger. If you like what it looks like, flash cure it, and then at the end of everything, you can cure it for 60 seconds. This is me applying my second coat to every single nail in the exact same design that I did. Also, while trying to put the magnet pieces back exactly where I had them the first time. You know what I mean? Everything is cured, and this is what it looks like. I love magnet polishes. Anyway, I'm going in with the Jinbei Crazy Top Standard. It's a little bit more runny than the thick, but at this point, the thick was sold out everywhere on Sweetie, on some of the Korean sites, so I had to just go with the standard. But now I have the thick version, and if I were to do this again, I would definitely use the thick version. Now, every time I apply it to one side of the nail, I go ahead and cure it because it is a standard. It will move on me or on you. So I am curing it as I am putting it down, okay? I don't want it to move. So every time I put a little bit of it down, I have to flash cure it. So flash cure for 10 seconds, go back in, try to figure out a new design. But at this point, I have completely abandoned my Pinterest inspo. I'm not looking at it to make the same lines. One, because my brush is too big, and two, because these nails were so long that I didn't even know my lines were a lot thicker than my inspo. But, I like it. Okay, I'm using the Romantic Twinkle. I unboxed this in one of my very first unboxing videos. This is a trio of metallic gels. So there's a silver, a gold, and a rose gold one. I am using the silver one to go over the 3D, whatever this is called, that I did on my nails because I didn't put down a matte base. I couldn't use my chromes, and I also needed an opportunity to try these out just to see what they look like. I know that I definitely need to find a way to mix it very, very well before I use it. That way, it comes out looking very much like chrome. I also learned that I over applied it in this video because towards later on, you're going to see that it ended up wrinkling on me when I cured it. So my advice and tip for using things like this or doing this type of a technique, if you're going to use it, make sure you use it very thin coats and if possible, going with a second coat. I was in a hurry, so I didn't want to. I did not want to do a second coat on this. I wanted to be done with it so I can do my other hand, okay? But next time I will definitely be doing thin coats and using an even thinner brush. I also need very thin um art brushes for nails. So if you have any ideas, please leave them down below for me. Thank you. One of the other gels I'll be using is the Jinbei Fix Gel. From what I understand, this is what you use to apply gems to your nails. I was having problems with this because I felt like it wasn't staying in place, but I have since realized if I cover my gems with a top coat, they stay in place because I've had some on my nails right now for like almost 6 weeks and the gems are still there. I applied some pearls to this because the inspo that I saw looks like it has pearls in it. So I just hunted down every single pearl that I own and applied it to my nails. And I'm applying it to my nails according to whatever hits my fancy. You can see that because I didn't cure that one particular nail, the bow kind of shifted. But for this specific nail, I was making it crooked because I like the crooked look of that bow. Plus, it fits into that corner very, very nicely. This is what it looks like on the nails. Next, I'm going with the Gairure. I can't pronounce it. Top Coat. This is one of my favorite brands on Amazon that sells very beautiful polishes and even more beautiful magnet polishes. So check them out definitely. I will put a link to my Amazon storefront down below so you can check these out. I will also link every single Korean polish that I used down below. So definitely check them out. If you buy from Saracen, you get a 10% off using my code OHIMA at checkout. I don't have a code with Sweetie or Bonnie B or any of the other ones. So hopefully as my audience grows, I will get those. Definitely subscribe down below if you're a beginner like me and you want to learn from my mistakes, or if you have any tips, tricks, and ideas, leave them down below in the comments. This is my finished look with flash and without flash. Thank you so much for watching. Love you lots, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.